Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Horizon Walker Ranger build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. So this is a modded subclass that is in the mod manager itself. What's cool about this is you deal extra force damage to targets. Now, for our favorite enemy, I think the Ranger's Knight's great for heavy armor proficiency, but even Bounty Hunter early on to give your enemies disadvantage on saving throws against Ensnaring Strike can be really good for crowd control. Natural Explorer, I like the Find Familiar, but also getting resistance to fire damage or poison damage early on can be nice. Now for our ability scores, we're going to go with 16 dexterity there, and then we're going to go with, we'll take our wisdom up 2 for saving throws with the ensnaring strike. So something like this actually looks pretty good for our stats. We can even take a point out of constitution, put it somewhere else, and yeah, we also get a really nice ability once we get our subclass, so I'll be covering that. Yes, my character is dressed up like Ciri from The Witcher, and that is a mod as well on Nexus Mods. So shouts out to CD Projekt Red. Now we get some other really great, so we're going to obviously take Ensnaring Strike to give enemies they have disadvantage on the saving throw against that. If you have the 5e spells, Absorb Elements is really good, but we're going to go Hail of Thorns, or you can even add, if you have the Searing, you have the mod that adds all these, you can take Searing Smite. And then we're going to take for our fighting style Archery to give increase to our ranged attacks. I personally like defense because +1 armor class is really huge, especially early on in the game, although you can take archery. Now, for our next leveled spell, Hunter's Mark can be pretty useful, and then we also are going to be taking the Horizon Walker, which gives us the Detect Portal, so gain advantage on perception checks for 1 minute. We also get the Planar Warrior, so choose one creature you see within 9 meters. The next attack against that becomes force damage and deals an extra 1d8 of force from the attack. Really nice, because we can hit hard with force damage, which is one of the best damage types in the game, because not a lot of things resist it. Only really Gortosh resist it, so we're going to take our dexterity up on the first ability score improvement, make that a nice cool 18. We get our extra attack at level 5, some spell slots, and we get Misty Step. Awesome spell. We also get the option to take like our Spike Growth, and even Summon Beast can be pretty useful here, as we can summon in a Raven as well, which is nice to have a couple Ravens going around, causing blindness. For our favorite enemy, we'll take our Ranger Knight now, and then we'll take our resistance to either poison or cold damage. Although if you want, you can take the Find Familiar without a spell slot, because that is pretty good too. At level 7, we get the Etherealness, which enters the ethereal plane for 1 turn. While you're in the ethereal plane, you can only be affected by other creatures, and creatures that aren't on the ethereal plane can't perceive you, can't interact with you, and you ignore all objects and effects that aren't on the ethereal plane. So that's good for moving around. And then we get ourselves another level 2 spell slot. So I like, if you can take Searing Smite, take that. Even like Silence can be good. Good berry for a little bit of healing. Snare if you got the mods that allow it. Dark Vision. We're going to take Summon Beast there. It's a concentration, but you get an extra summon. So that can be really nice. Level 8, we get the Land Stride, so difficult terrain doesn't slow us down. And we'll take Alert here for +5 to Initiative and Can't Be Surprised. Super useful to get an extra Initiative. At level 9, we get Haste, so it gives us +2 to Armor Class, become faster, and gain an action, which is huge. And then for our next spell, we'll take Lightning Arrow for 48 + 2d8 lightning damage, which can be doubled with Create Water. So if you have that set up, extra damage. We also get the Hide in Plain Sight, so become invisible and gain a +10 bonus to stealth checks as long as you stand still. And we get ourselves another choice here, so this next one doesn't matter a whole lot. True Strike's not that good as an action. You can take Sacred Flame if you really want radiant damage. We'll take the Wasteland Wanderer Poison, so we have full resistances to multiple damage types. At level 11, this is where we get a nice bonus, so we get ourselves a Distant Strike. When you use your attack action, you can teleport up to 3 meters before each attack to an unoccupied space you can see. If you attack at least 2 different creatures with the action, you can make 1 additional attack with the same action against a third target. And we get the Distance Teleport, so as part of your action, attack action, teleport up to 3 meters to an unoccupied space you can see. So you can attack, use this to teleport, and attack again. This does use an action, attack action, so just be mindful of that, but you can get another one if you do use that. I really like Elemental Weapon as a spell. That can be super useful. Flame Arrows can be good too as a concentration, adding fire damage. That is a 5e spell though, so you may not have access to it. So you can take Plant Growth, which is really nice, non-concentration. I'm going to take Fire Arrows there just because it's really good. And at level 12, we get ourselves another feat. So we'll take our Dexterity all out to 20. And yeah, this is pretty powerful. So I'll show what this looks like in combat and just give a general guide for this. So we got here, we'll take our weapon. So I like to have the Bloodborne weapons here. Big Bloodborne fan. Also keyblades and stuff, but we'll go with something like the Sword of Life stealing can be pretty nice for getting additional damage and healing yourself on attacks, and even Rhapsody can be a pretty solid one. We can use a shield too, so it gives us a nice cool armor class. And I'm just using series gear here. However, we will go with some armor that's based on dexterity, so something like the Armor of Agility being a really great choice, giving us a nice 30 armor class. I'll dye this so it looks nice for the Horizon Walker. Got a black dye on there. That's pretty cool. And I'm also using, we'll use the Ring of Killer Sweetheart for a critical hit, and then Ring of Protection for extra damage. I like Hellrider Longbow for +3 to initiative, so we always go first. And then Rhapsody, just building up extra damage as we take out targets. So typically what we want to be doing with this is we got a few different weapon actions. So I guess we can also go with just a regular old weapon attack here, as we do have a few different choices. But we have a concentration, so we can summon a beast, a land beast, or an air beast for 600 turns. We'll summon this in here. It's going to be a little wolf, which is nice just for extra damage. Doesn't do a lot, but it also will pull aggro, so that can be good. And then we'll just go around with attacks here, and you can teleport around when you're doing this. So we also can use flame arrows whenever we have our beast and land summoned in, but we can also go into the ethereal form. So we use this, we can teleport around, kind of. I guess we lose our little beast there for 1 turn, and then you come back after a turn. Unfortunately, if you amulet of greater health, it does reduce your health there, so just be mindful of that. It will lower your health, so it's a little bit unfortunate. But now we can show off, I guess, the fire arrows. So this is cool. I guess we can't cast this on ourselves. It's going to be cast on someone else. But we also got haste, lightning arrows. So a few different attack options, which are pretty nice. But typically what we want to be doing is when we get into combat, we want to be using our ability to teleport around. So it's pretty nice because you can kind of jolt around the battlefield a little bit quicker than others. So I'll just go over and show a combat encounter here. We're in the big city, Baldur's Gate, and we're just going to run over and get into a fist fight with the people over here at the House of Grief. So yeah, we can use our distance strike teleport to dash around and deal extra damage. And we'll just get into a fight, and there we go. Rolled a 14 for initiative, so pretty good. And normally we wouldn't be able to touch them, but if we have the distance, I guess we don't have enough space. We can normally use this to teleport around, but I guess in this instance, not so much. Not enough movement. I'll just move on up over here. And we can also, yeah, I guess we can't really teleport there, so I'll just use lightning arrow there. Deal a little bit of damage in the area. It's probably not going to hit anyone else there. No, we took him out. Lightning arrow is pretty strong. And then we also got Misty Step, I guess, and Planar Warrior. So this is a bonus action we can apply to someone that'll deal extra force damage to them. So that's really nice. And then we can also Misty Step up here. I love Misty Step for shenanigans like this. So yeah, they're all going to have disadvantage on attacking against me. They're just going to dash because they can't make it towards me. But what's nice about this is we do got the ability to change all of our damage types to force. So we're just going to ambush them. They can't. Let's get this over with. Yeah, you wish, bud. And yeah, let's wait for them to dash their way out and jump. Oh, we got ourselves a challenger. Perfect. So now we can go with our Planar Warrior, affect them with the force damage, and then whenever we go ahead with our attacks here, we're going to deal extra damage to them. So Executioner, boom, and you can see it turns all the damage into force damage, which is really nice. So yeah, we'll go and attack again there, boom, and that was a weapon action, so it didn't use force damage, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So we'll just wait for them to come after us. Darkness. He's immune to darkness, of course. And Beckoning Darkness, which sucks. We definitely don't want that. And we'll get out of there in a second. Oh, I'm going to die, aren't I? Yep. Love it. That keeps happening. But yeah, that's the Horizon Walker Ranger. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.